Right now, billions of miles from where you are sitting, a small metal spacecraft is drifting through the dark, and it carries less computing power than the key fob to your car. It was built in the 1970s, before personal computers, before the internet, before almost everything you think of as modern. And yet it is the farthest human object that has ever existed, the most distant thing our species has ever touched. Stranger still, this fragile little machine will outlive the Earth itself, drifting silently long after our planet is gone. Its name is Voyager, and to understand how something so simple went so far, we have to follow it all the way out. There are actually two of them, twin probes called Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, launched within weeks of each other in 1977. Today they are so far away that their radio signals, traveling at the speed of light, take almost a full day to reach us. When a command leaves Earth, it travels for nearly an entire day before the spacecraft even hears it. They are now coasting through interstellar space, the region between the stars, where no human machine had ever been. But to grasp how astonishing that is, you first have to see what they were actually made of. Each Voyager carries a computer with memory measured not in gigabytes, but in a few thousand bytes. Your smartphone is roughly 100,000 times more powerful than the brain steering these probes. Their instructions were stored on tape, the same basic technology as a cassette, winding back and forth in the cold. There were no touch screens, no software updates beamed down on a whim, no margin for a crash. Every line of code had to be small, careful, and perfect, because help was hundreds of millions of miles away. And they couldn't run on sunlight, because out past Jupiter the sun is just another bright star, far too weak for solar panels. So engineers gave each Voyager a tiny nuclear heart, a generator warmed by slowly decaying plutonium. That faint warmth has powered them for nearly half a century, sipping energy as it slowly, steadily fades. Armed with almost nothing, these probes were about to attempt one of the most ambitious journeys ever planned. Because in the late 1970s, the outer planets lined up in a rare arrangement that happens only once every 176 years. This alignment let a single spacecraft swing from world to world, using each planet's gravity as a free push. It was called the Grand Tour, and Voyager seized it, racing outward to visit giants no eyes had ever seen up close. First came Jupiter, a striped colossus so huge that all the other planets could fit inside it. Voyager revealed a raging storm wider than Earth and discovered volcanoes erupting on one of its moons. Then Saturn, where Voyager flew through the most beautiful rings in the solar system, sheets of countless icy fragments. Voyager 2 pressed on alone to Uranus, a tilted blue world spinning on its side like a rolling marble. And finally Neptune, the deepest blue, where it found winds faster than any storm on any planet. 4 giant worlds, photographed by humanity for the very first time, by a machine weaker than a calculator. Its planetary mission complete, Voyager pointed itself outward, toward the empty space beyond every planet. But before it left for good, mission scientists asked it to turn its camera around for one final look home. From 4 billion miles away, Earth appeared as a single dim speck, smaller than a single pixel of light. That photograph became famous as the pale blue dot, everyone you have ever known on one mote of dust in a sunbeam. Then Voyager kept going, falling outward toward the true edge of our sun's domain. Because the sun does more than shine, it blows a constant wind of particles that carves out a giant bubble around us. Inside that bubble, the heliosphere, the sun rules. Outside it lies the cold ocean of true interstellar space. In 2012, Voyager 1 crossed that invisible shoreline, the first object ever built by hands to leave the sun's bubble. There was no fence, no signpost, only a sudden change in the particles drifting past its sensors. For the first time, A human-made thing was sailing between the stars, in space belonging to no star at all. And here is what makes Voyager more than a machine. Each one carries a message meant for whoever finds it. Bolted to the side of each probe is a golden record, a phonograph disc plated in gold to survive the eons. On it, scientists encoded the sounds of Earth, ocean waves, thunder, birdsong, a heartbeat, a human laugh. There is music from across our world, and greetings spoken in dozens of human languages. There are images, too, instructions to rebuild pictures of who we are and the planet we come from. On the cover, simple diagrams show how to play it, and a map pointing back toward our sun. It is a message in a bottle, cast into an ocean so vast it may drift for 1 billion years before anyone reads it. And that ocean is almost unimaginably empty, which brings us to the most haunting part of all. Voyager will simply coast forever now, with no fuel to slow it, drifting through the dark between the stars. It will take roughly 40,000 years just to drift near another star, and even then, not very close. Meanwhile, back home, the sun is slowly aging, and in billions of years it will swell and consume the Earth. Our oceans will boil away, our continents will scorch, and the planet that built Voyager will be gone. But out in the cold, the probe will not even notice. It will keep drifting, intact, carrying our golden message. The very thing we built with less power than a car key may be the longest-lasting monument our species ever makes. Long after the Earth is ash and the sun is an ember, Voyager will still be out there, still falling outward. A fragile machine from the 1970s, carrying ocean waves and human laughter, sailing into eternity. So the next time you hold a car key, remember, something simpler than that is now the farthest part of us in the cosmos. And it will still be traveling, still carrying our story, when there is no one left on Earth to wonder where it went. If this rewired how you see that little speck drifting in the dark, follow along for more journeys to the edge of space,